forgot his name, Carter.
All right, Foundry Theater's new flashback film for you is an action-packed true story, and it's about someone who carries a stick. Yeah, there's your clue.
We have Dylan Smith from Foundry here to tell us all about Walking Tall, featuring Buford T. Pusser, who carried a big stick. He didn't speak softly either.
No, he did not.
No, he walked tall.
He walked tall.
As a matter of fact, he also came to Huntington, West Virginia about 51 or 52 years ago in the summer of 1974 to celebrate the movie showing year-round at the Camelot Theater on 4th Avenue, which had not been done in the United States before.
So which is amazing.
Yeah, it was a really big deal, and this is one of those things that's like not really recorded, or there's not like a lot of like photos of it, but everyone in town remembers it. You know, people have autographs on napkins from Buford and everything like that. So it's going to be really cool to see this film on the big screen again.
Yes.
And the fact that it was so popular that it stayed in the theater for that long.
And it's one of those things that, like, you know, Dad's gonna like it, Mom's gonna like it, the kids are gonna like it, and like I've kind of done some research around town about people that went to see it, and I heard a story that a girl, she was 10 years old, and they had all seen the movie with her family before, you know, because it was so popular in Huntington. And then the sleepover she was at, the mom said, "Buford Pusser is in town. Everyone get in the truck." You know, so they all piled into the back of the truck, and they drove to Dolan's restaurant downtown, and everyone was, you know, trying to get to him, and he was holding his iconic walking stick, and they're all trying to get their autograph. He had the stick with him in town,
Oh, wow.
And, you know, I heard that men in town, like, you know, came with their own walking sticks that they'd carved from branches in their backyard, and people still have you know, his autograph on their napkin of Dolan's, you know, to this day. So
where was Dolan's located?
I think Dolan's was on 6th Avenue.
Okay.
But the Camelot, which was the Palace Theater, was on 4th Avenue.
On 4th Avenue.
And so that evening, Buford went and watched the film with the entire town, and sort of to celebrate. And I heard there was a line around the block to meet this guy, to see the guy, just to get a glimpse at him. And I had some comments on Facebook. I asked, you know, if anyone remembered it, and people said, "Well, I saw him, but I couldn't get close. It was too crowded."
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Okay, so describe the movie for people who don't know anything about Walking Tall. Dylan, take a moment to describe what this film is, and if you want to go to the Foundry Theater and check it out, you'll have your chance.
So this Saturday you can see one of the greatest revenge films of all time. This is one of the greatest Appalachian films of all time, and one of the greatest films of all time in general. It set a record at the time for a tagline that was one of the most successful in Hollywood's history that said, "Have you ever stood up and applauded a movie?" It's about a man that goes back to his town after being a professional wrestler in Appalachia. He returns at the age of 24, and he realizes his town's been turned upside down. There's crime, corruption, and so he decides to become sheriff and set the town straight, so to speak. But it's very tragic, it's heart-wrenching, it's action-packed, and it is cheer and applaud worthy.
There's no doubt about it.
It's a true story.
Right, and that's the thing, the true story. And Buford T. Pusser, real person. Describe. Okay, so there he is, right?
So Buford actually he did not play himself in the movie. He was played by Joe Don Baker.
Yeah, he needed an actor to do that.
He was going to play himself in the sequel.
That's what I heard,
before he was supposedly murdered, you know, quote unquote supposedly murdered by the Dixie Mafia. And so you can actually see Buford's death car in Tennessee. There's a museum. His house has been turned to a museum. You can see his death car. And so he's sort of an Appalachian legend, played by Joe Don Baker in this film. But yeah, there's the Camelot where he played for a year.
And that Camelot Theater was in downtown Huntington. One of several theaters were the Keith Albee, the Camelot, and the Cinema Theater. I believe we're all down there, and you could go check movies out. The Camelot was down on 4th Avenue.
It's a one-room theater.
So this is all coming back. Describe what people are going to see and when they can see it at Foundry.
So you can see it this Saturday at Foundry Theater at 7 p.m., which is upstairs of City Hall in downtown Huntington, West Virginia. This is sort of a classic throwback showing that we're doing to sort of celebrate the history of Huntington, and to not let these films die, and to, you know, truly come together as a community to experience cinema.
I love that you've been doing this for the past year, and it's such a fun and affordable thing to do,
Of course. We've got the cheapest concessions, the cheapest tickets. You can bring the whole family. Kids can get in for free. And next month, we've got Brad Dourif in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Brad Dourif is coming into town for it. We've got special guests galore and tons of things coming in October. So if you check out foundrytheater.org, you can get tickets for Walking Tall and some of our other awesome events. Like we have Rocky Horror Picture Show at the end of the month. So definitely come check these out.
Absolutely. So here for having Brad Dourif on too, and here for Walking Tall. So
Absolutely.
This Saturday.
So come see Buford Pusser in Walking Tall this Saturday at 7 o'clock at the Foundry Theater.
What a show.
It is. Dylan, thanks, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes. Great work.